Well, hello. I'm going to start off with this picture because I just think dandelions are so pretty, and I know they're weeds, but I just think they're so pretty. So I wanted to start off with that. I'm in my backyard. It's a beautiful day. Let's just swing around. Oh, there's the boy. Hey, buddy. Hi, how are you? Oh, you're such a good boy. Yes, you are. Okay, so enough of that. I apologize. Okay, I gotta get up. Okay, I've got some work to do on my patio, but I'll tell you what. Here's my flag. Okay, I gotta do some work on that too, but anyway, so that's that. Okay, I'm out of breath. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do basic radical operations. Okay, you guys did great on quadratic formula, on quadratics, but now we're gonna move to basic radical operations. So what we're gonna do, the basic operations are add, subtract, multiply, and divide. Okay, we're just going to look at add, subtract, and multiply today. So we're going to go through these 10 problems and then you will be ready to go. Here's what the Delta Math looks like. Hang on, it's like a roller coaster. There we go. It's going to be a timed thingy, but I'm going to give you a lot of time. I don't want you to hurry through it. I'm more interested in accuracy. Okay, so let's come back up here. Okay, there we go. Okay, so basic radical operations. What we're going to do, let me find a marker here. First of all, number one, if I have 5 root 2 plus root 2, okay, it's like this. It's like 5x plus x, okay? These are like terms. If we added 5x plus 1x, that would be 6x, okay? Same thing here. These are like radicals because they have the same thing under the square root. So if they are like radicals, we can add them. So if I have 5 of them plus 1 of them, I'm going to have 6 of them all together. So I'm going to have 6 root 2. Now notice the root 2 did not change. Just like back here, the x didn't change. The x didn't become x squared. It's only when I multiply. When I'm just adding, you just add the coefficients. 5 plus 1, and you get 6 root 2. Okay, so number 2. If I have 8 root 7 minus 6 root 7, okay, so I have 8 of them. I'm going to take away 6 of them, so altogether I'll have 2 of them. So I'll have 2 root 7. Okay, same thing there. In this case, I did 8 minus 6 and got 2 root 7. Okay, here I have a 4 root 3 plus a root 2. Now these are not like radicals. Not like radicals. You have a root 3 and a root 2. They're not alike. You cannot add them. That would be your final answer. You cannot simplify further. Okay, right here I do have like radicals. I have a root 5 and a root 5. So I have 12 root 5 minus 1 root 5. So altogether that's going to be 11 root 5. Okay, back up here. Number 5 is 8 minus 2 root 5. These are not like terms. This is a constant term. This is a radical term. You cannot subtract that. You just have to leave it as 8 minus 2 root 5. Okay? On the other hand, let's suppose if it were 8 root 5 minus 2 root 5. Then we have like radicals. Then you could say, hey, 8 minus 2 is 6 root 5. That would be okay, but that's not the case here, so you leave that alone. Okay, over here. Oh, now we switch to multiplication. The rest of these are going to be multiplication. The thing is here, you can multiply what's outside the radical and what's under the radical. So I see that I have a negative 4 times a 4. So negative 4 times 4 is negative 16, and then I'm left with the root 3. So that's negative 16 root 3. Okay, now the reason we can do that is because multiplication is commutative and associative. So I could rewrite this problem as negative 4 times root 3, because I'm actually multiplying these 3 together. So I could make that negative 16 root 3. Okay, number 7. I have a 4 root 10 times a 5 root 10. Well, 4 times 5 is 20. And then 10 times 10 is 100. You multiply what's outside and what's under. Now the square root of 100 is 10. So it's really 20 times 10. Now, the odd thing about Delta Math is they have you leave the answer like that. Okay, the answer would be 20 times 10 or 200, but in the multiple choice answers, they write the answers like this, 20 times 10. Okay? Okay, down here, I have a 5 root 7 times a 3 root 6. So I'm going to do the 5 times the 3, so that's 15, and then I can multiply what's under. 7 times 6 is 42. So I have 15 root 42. Now for these, just leave it like this. You don't have to simplify this radical, even though it probably would simplify. Leave it like that. They just, they're doing a timed thing. So they just want to have you practice the skill where you multiply what's outside and multiply what's under. Okay, over here, 4 root 2 times 7 root 6. 4 times 7 is 28. 2 times 6 is 12. So your answer in Delta Math for this particular lesson will be 28 root 12. Okay, now here I have a 9 times 2, so that's 18. And then I see I have the same radical, root 3 times root 3. So that's just going to be root 9 or 3. It'll be like this one, where you have the same radical. So you're just going to write your answer like that. Okay, let me do one. I'm thinking of one more while I'm going through these. Let's suppose I have number 11, 5 root 2 times root 7. Okay, here you have a number on the outside. Here your number on the outside is essentially 1. So this would be 5 root 2 times 7 is 14. So you would leave your answer like that. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is 30 multiple choice. It's a timed thing. So 30 multiple choice, and I'm going to give you a lot of time, a lot of seconds to do it, like over 5 minutes, because there again, accuracy is more important than speed. I like accuracy. So let's go ahead and do that. And I tell you what, have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Okay, bye-bye, everybody.